Imagine you are replaying your favorite game, Undertale. I think I did this one already.
I'm Wing Gaster, the Royal Science...
You are probably aware of what Undertale is, given the fact that you clicked on the video. But if you don't, the basic rundown is that it is a 2015 RPG created by Toby Fox. Undertale is well known for its boss fights, emotional moments, and songs. But a part that is overlooked in my eyes are the different outcomes of your playthrough. There are three main endings, being neutral, pacifist, and genocide. But there are also different endings depending on who you kill or spare. What if, though, one of those endings unlocked something strange? Something that you have never seen anyone else talk about before. That idea is elaborated in the series we will be discussing today by the name of HNDERLALP. So, with that all out of the way, get ready, because this is the story of HNDERLALP. Gameplay footage. I'm not sure anyone else has found this yet. Who knew a whole new game was hidden behind some seemingly random actions? It almost reminds me of the old L is Real 2401 hoax. We see in the beginning of the video, Frisk face planted on the floor. Frisk, who I'll just be calling Hinder from now on, eventually gets up. We see that Hinder's character has no face whatsoever, and overall looks raggedy. After seeing whatever that creature was run away, we see Hinder keep moving forward throughout the ruins. After saving, Hinder goes into the next room, where we see, for the last few frames, that creature chase after Hinder. We then see this sign. After diving into... Actually, I don't know what this liquid is. We see Hinder get onto the platform, where the camera zooms out to show this distorted Flowey. Hinder goes over to the distorted Flowey, ending the video. That's about all for this video. On to video 2. Video 2 picks up right where the last one ended, with us seeing the distorted Flowey fight. When acting, we have 3 options: check, apologize, and pluck. Hinder picks the check option, where we see that Flowey's attack is nothing, and his defense is 2. Flowey then does this attack. When Hinder tries to attack Flowey, seemingly nothing happens. We get a reference to the "despite everything, it's still you" dialogue from Undertale, this time being "despite everything, he's still here." So, with not much else to do, Hinder does the pluck option. When interacting with the puddle of Flowey, Hinder receives help. The video ends with Hinder moving to the right. I guess it's all Truth Lab themed now? A bit of an odd secret, but I'm really excited to see what happens in this version of the game. Anyways, on to the third video. In the third video, we see the room that Hinder went into at the end of the last one. It is a more open room where most of it is filled to the brim with that mystery liquid. Hinder saves before going up towards this raft, where they are met with the choice: take the ferry? Hinder answers yes, where we then see them floating along the river for a while. We hear some strange notes. So that's why we started hearing those noises. We get the reveal of what the liquid is. It was the character Napstablook, now being referred to as Babstabrook. Hinder dodges Babsta's attacks, and when they try to cheer, they get the text, "Rivers can't talk, dummy." After the next attack, Hinder tries the quiz option, where we see text saying, "What is the key?" Before the video quickly ends. The description is interesting. It reads, "This one had me stumped. I was wondering if any of you knows what the answer might be." And when looking at the comments, we can see that the only comment Hinder responds to reads,
"Divert is the key. The colors above are a subpixel image. Break the colors into their red, green, and blue components corresponding to left, middle, and right pixels respectively. So each pixel represents a 3x1 rectangle of pixels. I've not seen a subpixel puzzle like this before. Neat to see."
Hinder says that they'll try it out in the next video. So, let's go see it. The fourth video starts off with Hinder trying the suggestion from the viewer. Since divert was correct, Hinder paddles closer to the end, where we see this temple run looking attack as Hinder finally escapes. They then move into the right room. Hinder goes to check what crawled into their pocket and see it is something called Spider Don't. The item description reads, "Spider Don't heals 80 HP. It has too many legs." The video ends with Hinder about to go into the next room. With not much else to mention, let's check out that next video. Video 5 starts off with Hinder entering the room and reading a sign that reads, "Did you miss me? Spider down and to the right." They move on and start going towards the right of the room where they see this. A large mass of froggets, all conjoined together. Since you can't go out the usual way, Hinder decides to go through this crack in the wall. And after some walking, We are then put into a fight with the creature we have been seeing throughout the series, and when pressing the act button, we see that this creature is called Butterscotch, heavily implying that this is Toriel. We see Hinder dodge Butterscotch's attacks, and even attack it a few times. Then, Hinder tries to soothe Butterscotch by telling it a story. The interaction reads, "You tell her a story about a human who frees monster kind." It seems she has already heard it. The video ends with Hinder taking a large chunk of damage. I don't think we should waste any more time. Let's go see how the rest of this fight plays out in video 6. Video 6 continues on the fight from video 5, where, after a while of Hinder dodging Butterscotch's attacks, text reading, "The help glows faintly from within your pocket," and, as a last-ditch effort, Hinder uses help.
You won, but you couldn't get any stronger.
Now that was a lot. We see that when throwing help at Butterscotch, she starts seemingly losing her form and reverts back to the Toriel we all know and love. But after just a second of being in her original form, Toriel looks at the player before turning to dust. That's about all for video 6. On to the next one.
Subscribe.
The 7th video starts off right after the Toriel fight. Hinder opens their inventory and inspects the help item. The description of it reads, "It isn't glowing anymore." This is most likely telling us that the help item can no longer be used. Or, at least, no longer used in the same way as before. When walking out of the hole in the wall, we see that a texture of what seems to be Napstablook's face covers the screen. Hinder makes their way through the ruins, passing by all the old and destroyed puzzles. Man, the ruins are really ruined! While walking around, we see what seems to be little chunks of Napstablook on the floor. And when going into the homeroom, we see this. And that's about it. On to the next one. The 8th video shows Hinder going towards the knife on the ground, where we then learn that it is painted onto the floor. Hinder exits back out of the room, and this time goes upwards, where we hear a distorted version of Fallen Down. When Hinder interacts with the tree, the dialogue says that it makes them feel nauseous. Hinder then goes up to what would usually be the doorway into Toriel's home, but instead finds the door blocked off by spikes, with signs covering the whole house. Most of them don't say anything, but one shows this random string of text. I'll come back to this later, so don't forget. The video ends with Hinder jumping through the window to enter Toriel's house. Let's go see what contents are inside. When getting inside, Hinder finds Toriel's house, but everything is a lot more blue.
What is wrong with you? Why are you blue?
There is a lock blocking the stairs. Dialogue reads that
It looks like you'll need a key to progress.
Hinder then goes to try and find the key. After seeing that, Hinder goes down the opposite hallway. We see that some of it is either destroyed or covered up by something. So, Hinder goes into the open door. When entering, Hinder finds a blue key in the darkness. And here's something walking around. When going to investigate what made that noise, we see footprints leading from the other room, all the way down the stairs. When going to investigate, we see that the mass connected to the fireplace is gone, and this random jumble of colors is in its place. Following the trail, Hinder makes their way through the basement as the screen gets more and more snowy, until eventually they reach the open exit, implying that whatever was in the ruins is now free to roam. Anyways, on to the last video at the time of writing. The final video shows Hinder outside of the ruins. They open their inventory and we get a full name of the key. It is called the Eigengaru key.
Eigengrau. Eigengrau.
So you get nothing. You lose.
The definition of that word is that it is the color we perceive when we're in complete darkness. We then see the footsteps we were following in the last video lead to this giant hole. Hinder starts moving forward to where sands would usually be. But he isn't here. Hinder is blocked by some trees and decides to go back. The video ends with this distorted sands and Hinder falling down together, as we see a battle about to begin. Now, something interesting about this video, when we see Hinder go backwards, we see something is different with the trees. They form this strange pattern. This actually leads me to the final section of the video. Now, There are a lot of secrets throughout this ARG. A lot of them have either been solved in or are found in the official HNDERLALP Discord. Now, I won't be going over all of the secrets for two reasons. One, I'm lazy. And two, I want you guys to go check out the server for yourself. There is a lot of interesting things in it. But I will show off some secrets that can be found throughout the series, starting with the weird tree formation in video 10. If we were to assign all blank spots to 0 and all filled in spots to 1, we would actually get a message in binary code. Translating it, we get this weird jumble of text. This is actually the latter half of a tiny URL link. And when checking that link, we see a conversation between two people. One named Yoshi and another person who is presumably Hinder. Pause if you want to read it, but basically the conversation has Yoshi talking to Hinder about how they haven't been outside in a month. Yoshi tries to tell Hinder that this isn't healthy, but Hinder insists that they have to be the one to solve the mystery of this new route, really harping on the fact that if they don't, Hinder won't be important anymore. Then we see the text dissolve as text reading, "It wants me to solve it," repeats over and over again with two eyes at the bottom of the screen. And another thing you can find is the manual. The manual has some secrets, including another image of those eyes. There are more secrets like this, but I think you should go check out all of the secrets for yourself. All of the spectrograms, hidden Morse code, and secret links are really interesting to decipher. And I want more people to know and check out this series. Now, before I end off the video, I want to give my theory of what I believe this series means. Going off some of the secrets we find in the Discord, aka the tiny URL links, we get mentions of dreams that Hinder has been having, alongside the fact that they haven't left their house in weeks, while still believing that they have been going outside for groceries and such. So, my theory is that this secret version of Undertale isn't real. Or, at least, isn't something made by Toby. Going off of Yoshi's words, they are seemingly the only two people who have experienced HNDERLALP, and seeing how Hinder's messages start distorting when talking about HNDERLALP, I think that this game is something more. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to give a subscribe to the HNDERLALP channel, links in the description. While you're there, consider giving me a subscribe too. I'd really appreciate it. I've been Sam. I'll see you guys soon with my next video, and I hope you all have a good night. Peace.